Good morning, everybody. Today, I'm going to show you how I make my race fuel for Ironman. I'm calling this rocket pudding because I believe it tastes like pudding that you used to eat when you were a kid. Pretty easy recipe, very, very simple. It's not really complex. I can make these for about $1.10, $1.20 per serving rather than the $2, $3, $4 sometimes for the more commercial energy sources. So let's get right to it. We're going to start with 16 ounces of water. Put that right in the microwave for about 45 seconds. You want it not super hot, but you want it warm enough to dissolve the electrolytes that we're going to be adding. I prefer to do 37-gram servings in these little pouches that I was able to pick up at Amazon. They seem to be the right size, and you don't spill them all over the place when you heat seal the tail end of them. So for starters, I inject everything into the packages through this huge 550cc syringe that I found on Amazon as well. I made the nozzle a little thicker because this stuff does start to thicken as we add it. I take beef tallow. I know it's going to sound weird, and I lube the plunger because this stuff will get sticky and cause a problem. I have found out as you go forward and basically load up each one of these packages, it does get kind of sticky inside of this, and this will be enough that I have to refill this twice. This will do about 25 37-gram servings. So right off the bat, it's kind of sticky at first. So that's one of the reasons why I came up with this. It definitely helps stop that from happening. Put a little on the inside of the bore, and that will stop it. A couple weeks back when I was developing this recipe, I had it explode on me, which was all kinds of fun. So once you're done with that, I take a little hex bit tip and plug the end of it, and I have this massive beer mug that I put it in. It's stout enough to hold the weight and it won't tip over on you. All right, so step one is done. Let's grab the warmed water. I already have everything measured out. I didn't think you guys wanted to watch me fiddle fart around with a bunch of items. I put it in these cups. It seems to be the easiest way for me to deal with adding them to the mixer. But first, you've got your water warmed up. So this is the potassium chloride, potassium or sodium citrate, and magnesium citrate. I'll put the recipe in the description. But basically, this is 9.5 grams of sodium citrate, 1.2 grams of potassium chloride, and 3.6 grams of magnesium citrate, I believe is how you say that. Not a whole lot, but this is basically the electrolytes that will go into this. Of course, I'm a heavy salt sweater, as they call it, so I make this a little bit stout. It's only supposed to be 61 degrees on Sunday. This is what I've been running, and then I add extra electrolytes into my water as needed, so to speak. I made a batch of this the other day that had caffeine in it. I usually take 2 packets of instant coffee and dissolve it in this as well before I pour it into the mixing bowl. And see, it did not clear all of the way, so you gotta get this stuff to all get in there, otherwise you'll be missing some crucial ingredients that you may not want to do. And I didn't add more water to flush that out because I have a consistency that I like with this stuff. So we're gonna get that mixing. Sorry for the extra noise. Oh, hey, let me put my glasses on. So this is gonna be 120 grams of maltodextrin, 80 grams of fructose, and then I have 80 grams of whatever protein powder you wish to use. I don't have it here right now. This was kind of the last little bit of it, but I like First Form. It's a very clean ingredient list, and it does well, and it comes in a bunch of different flavors. This is where all your flavoring comes in, by the way. So this is going to resemble a chocolate pudding. I've done banana and chocolate. Those seem to be my two favorite. So this will be the non-caffeinated mixture. I will put all of the micronutrients and whatnot in the description below, or I'll pop them up on the screen and you guys can see what it is. So this is the most tedious part, is to get this maltodextrin mixed into this solution without it clumping on you. It still will kind of clump in these little balls, which I'll show you here in a minute. It's not the funnest thing in the world to deal with, but it is what it is. And you will have to scrape it off the side of the bowl because it will stick to just about everything. And this is a very sticky substance, if you can't guess why. Sometimes I'm a little impatient and I just chuck all of this crap in there and then pay for it later. I am kind of speeding this up just for you guys. Second cup. I add the protein into this because of the extra long time frame I'm going to be doing Ironman. I'm shooting for hopefully, I don't know, 15 and a half, 16 hours. I'm not a very fast runner. We'll see what happens. I've never completed one before. So I wanted this option so that I can alternate the caffeinated with the non-caffeinated, so I'm not completely tweaked out at the end of the race. Probably start alternating after maybe about 30-40 miles into the bike. So every other packet will be non-caffeine, if you would. I eat this about every 15 minutes, and it gives me roughly around 87 grams per hour. I also will add other fuels that Ironman provides through their sponsors. I will need about 26 of these packages to do the full Ironman, or just the bike part of Ironman. So I'm planning on putting half of them on my bike and then half of them in my cycling needs bag. Then for the run, I'll need about 20 of them. So I'm going to split those in half, maybe a little heavy on the beginning so that I can get to about the halfway point, well, a little bit further than halfway, around 16 miles, and then pick up the rest of them at my running needs bag. So it's mixed up pretty good. It does have these like little balls. I'll show you the little balls. Hopefully I don't mess up the camera when I do this. It will get these little balls everywhere. So now I've got to get a spoon and kind of squish these little balls against the edge of the bowl to break them up. And then we'll do this again. Part of this is that it's hydrating that powder, and part of it is me squishing it. I bet I can go like answer some emails or edit a video, come back in, I don't know, 15-20 minutes, and all of these little balls will be just about dissolved on their own after I mix real quick. just because of the hydration part. It'll break into them. But I like to speed the fact up. And if you don't want to add protein, you, as of right now, can add whatever flavoring you want. You can pretty much use anything. You can use any kind of extracts. You can put coffee in it if you wanted to and have a coffee espresso kind of flavor. Just make sure that if you are going to add something, you make sure that the sugar content or whatever content is not going to screw you up because it's too much or adds something you don't want in it to it that you're unaware of. And you always want to test this stuff before you actually do the event. I'm going to add the fructose now. I've been using this stuff for about 2.5 months, and I have refined my recipe to this. It works pretty well. I used it on my last 6-hour training ride and my last 3.5-hour run, and I had absolutely no bonking issues at all. With the protein, it really helped. Muscle fatigue was down after recovery. It just helped a lot. I was using 40 grams of protein in my initial batches. I've bumped it up to 80, which gives it about a 8-to-1 carb to protein ratio, if you would. Right in that good window for doing these longer events. Somebody said the other day that I should try to sell this stuff after trying it. I don't know if I will. Seems like a huge pain because I got to go through all of the food prep, all of that crap in order to product this stuff. So I do have some names in mind, and I would have to come up with my own protein mix, I guess, which would change a lot of stuff because I wouldn't be using another brand to put into this and resell it to people. So while this is mixing, why don't we take a short break to have our sponsor for this video have a spiel. Hey everybody, this video is sponsored by Jesterware. That is JESTERWHERE.com. I've had Jesterware now since about 2019 when I was doing drag racing. They sponsored my car, made some pretty hilarious t-shirts. Well, we are redoing the website, kind of rebranding how we are doing stuff. This is one of my shirts. Don't worry, this is the microphone, not a screw up in the shirt. This shirt was an idea I had after spending quite a while within a triathlon team where we would go into zone 2. We affectionately called it Heart Rate Jail. So this shirt is in honor of zone 2 training. It has the heart sweating it out because the judge is going to sentence him. Here are the examples, kind of like photo radar, if you would, of you violating the heart rate. And then on the back, here he is in jail serving his sentence. This shirt is available on the site for $35. I do free shipping on all t-shirts. This would be in the premium line of the shirts. We have a basic, which is just going to be a graphic on the front. This is a premium with a graphic on the front and on the back. And then we have our limited time. We're going to have our exquisite disaster line, which will be coming out hopefully after Ironman's over and I have more time to develop it. It is going to be set up for the truly offensive shirts. Some of you that know me know some of the things that come out of my mouth aren't quite correct, so I decided to start putting them on t-shirts. The limited production stuff will be one time only. I'll do a run for maybe 30 days and then change it up. I will be putting certain collections in there that'll have a series of anywhere from 3 shirts to say 10 shirts. If you collect them all, you can submit a social media post to us and we'll have bonus shirts that are not going to be regularly sold, and you can earn those shirts by getting into the I wouldn't say drawing, but you can earn them by collecting all of the shirts in the series and posting them on social media. Also, we're going to be doing something new that I just thought of. Well, actually, I thought of about a year ago. Mystery shirt balls. We're going to be selling a 1, 2, and 3 pack mystery balls that are going to come out of a dispenser. Whatever shirt is in that ball is the shirt that you get. And then I'm going to have a board. We're going to throw the balls through at a board, and if it goes through the hole, then you win a bonus shirt. If you do this, you get one of the limited collection shirts on the site. If you did get a limited collection shirt in one of those balls, then we'll send you an email and let you know you can opt in to get the next shirt in the series for free when it is released that following month. Anyway, jesterwear.com, check it out. Bunch of good stuff. I personally create all of the items, and I do all of this stuff myself. Thanks. On to the video. All right, so we're almost done here. We just got a couple more of those little balls that we need to smash out, and then I'll be adding the protein to the mix, and then we'll get on to packaging. I'm not going to package the full run. I'm just going to do a couple of them so you guys can kind of see how this is done, and we'll move on with our day. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This channel is going to be my new channel that I put all of my events on, triathlons, mountain bikes, whatever endurance multi-sport event I am doing, or anything related to that kind of genre will be on this channel from now on. The other channels are going to branch off and specialize in just one kind of item. I'll have the Bikebox One van build on Bikebox One's channel, Dan All Over the Place, where we talk about food, nutrition, and self-help kind of things, will be on Dan All Over the Place. FNG Automotive Consulting will be on that channel, which I haven't quite launched yet, but we're going to be doing that soon. And then VentureWare, where we kind of, I don't know, go and explore places in Arizona and whatnot. All of these channels, very, very busy. After Ironman, that's all I'm going to do is make videos and post them, and we'll see what happens. All right, so all those little balls are gone. Now it's time to add the protein, and then we'll get to boxing this stuff up. This stuff kind of sticks to the sugar that's on the side of the bowl. So after you do this, you'll need to scrape it off a couple times and then remix and scrape and remix. It is a little sticky. If you're talented enough, you can get in here and kind of do it while it's mixing. I know some of you are screaming at me because my finger or the spoon might get stuck. I really don't care. I've done this enough. Now watch, I'm going to get it stuck and y'all are going to laugh. Yeah, that's pretty good. All right, let me scrape down the stuff I couldn't get on the back side. When I first tried to package this stuff, I tried to use a meat injector that had a feed hose and just like pump it in to these containers with that. That was a fiasco. The end of the thing blew off and this sticky stuff just went all over the place. All right, so I've got my scale set up here. I've got a package already opened. 37 grams a serving, and we're almost set. Perfect. We have a nice smooth consistency now, and here goes fill up of the syringe number 1. It's not super thick just yet. It does get thicker as it sits. I freeze this stuff, by the way. after I'm done. It will get thicker for sure after it's frozen. And it's really cool in the summertime when it's hot outside and you have these nice little cold packs stuck in your pocket jerseys with this stuff in it. Kind of keeps you cool in the beginning. All right. When I first did this deal with this plug, I failed to use a napkin and almost shot this substance to the roof. All right. So let's load up the first one. Our scale is zeroed out. Comes out nice and easy, especially if you lube the bore, so to speak. This little cup holds it very nicely, so you can fill it up. It's right about there. I have a heat sealing apparatus over here. This is the tricky part. So these bags are just the right size, but if you don't like crinkle the sides properly, the liquid will start to try to squeeze out on you right before you bend it over to seal it. And there you go. One package, 37 grams, about 20 grams of carbs. I'll post that in the comments so you know exactly what's in it, and you can make these yourself. Or if I ever do get enough gumption to sell them, maybe we'll sell them. I don't know. We'll figure that out when we get there. I definitely have enough stuff to keep me busy for a while. Let's load up one more, and then I'll leave you guys off to the next video. Next video for me, I've got a new wetsuit. I'm going to unbox it, try it on. It is a Synergy. I forget what the model number is, but it's the 5 mil suit. And then they just announced the other day that they may be canceling the swim because of incoming rain. So we'll see what happens with that. But look for the next video. It'll be me doing the open box of my new wetsuit. And there's package number 2. A little bit spilled, not a big deal. Little taste test. Tastes like chocolate pudding. I do check all of them to make sure that they don't explode. I did have that happen on my bike once. Huge mess. Very, very sticky. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. I'm going to get to packaging the rest of this stuff, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.